What's up, friends? Welcome to Mom's Dinner. All right, today for dinner, I am making a barbecue grilled chicken. They're actually chicken skewers. They're so delicious. I'm gonna add some corn on the cob and some fresh watermelon. Now to that, I am going to make this lemon dill rice pilaf that is so good. It is so chock full of flavor. It is an amazing rice side dish. Anytime you make something, you're like, oh, this would be really good with rice, but I don't wanna just make plain rice. This is what you wanna make. So stick around today. I'm gonna share with you how to make a lemon dill rice pilaf that goes great with your dinner. All right, this recipe is actually going to start in, well, first we gotta plug in our pan. So I cook in this kitchen that I mostly just record in. It's not a full kitchen, so that's why I cook on a hot plate down here in my studio kitchen. You want just like a small stock pot or just a saucepan. Something that has a lid is very important. We're gonna get that heated up over about medium heat. I've got a couple tablespoons of olive oil in that pot. Now we're gonna chop up one shallot. A shallot is in the onion family. It's more of a mild onion flavor, a little bit sweeter, and is perfect in rice pilaf dishes. So I'm gonna get this really finely diced and get it softening in that oil. My eyes are incredibly sensitive, but I love onion so much. We just be putting onion in everything. I need to get some kitchen goggles. Okay, that looks good enough, and the oil is getting kind of shimmery. Just a few minutes to soften, and while that does its thing, I'm gonna wipe my eyes. You don't want these shallots to caramelize or brown. You just want to soften them lightly. Now, while that is doing its thing, we're gonna add a couple cloves of garlic. I'm gonna get those chopped up. Ooh, this is a big one. It's enormous. You know what? I'm just gonna add one. I'm gonna get this one minced up. Anytime we're adding garlic to a recipe, usually it's onions and garlic. I'm gonna have to wipe my eyes again. They are watering like crazy from those onions. Anytime you have onions sauteing and you're gonna add garlic, I always like to wait to add the garlic a little bit later. I want that garlic flavor to be preserved a little bit because that raw garlic flavor is gonna be a little bit stronger than if you're cooking it for a long time. Think about like roasted garlic isn't as quite as strong as like a raw garlic. And garlic will tend to burn faster than like an onion would. So it also keeps from having burned garlic and having to start over, because burned garlic is not the same as browned garlic. Burned garlic is very bitter and awful. Oh, that is so fragrant. Okay, now we are going to get some chicken broth or chicken stock added. You want 2.5 cups of either one. We're gonna add that in there with the onions and the garlic. And we wanna bring that liquid to a boil. And while that comes to a boil, I'm gonna pop the lid on just so it comes up a little bit faster. We're gonna prep our rice. Okay, so we're gonna actually use, it's called Basmati rice. I love this Rice Select Basmati rice. You do not have to use this. You can use white rice, you could use a basmati rice, a jasmine rice, whatever you want. The instructions are written though for this Basmati rice. It's just consistently delicious. It's like a blend of long grain white rice, long grain white rice and basmati. So you want 1.5 cups of rice, but you want to rinse your rice. What that is gonna do is rinse away the extra rice starch that's on your grains of rice that would have your rice become creamy. We don't want our rice to be creamy, we want it to be fluffy and light and have individual grains. The rice or grain that you do want to be creamy is like arborio rice or risotto. That's one you do not rinse. Okay, 1.5 cups. I'm gonna get this rinsed in the sink. All right, I rinsed that until the water ran clear. So it's a pretty good rinse process. You wanna do that for a few minutes. Okay, and I think while I did that, yep, my chicken broth is boiling. And we're gonna get this rice added in there. I'm gonna give it a good stir. We're gonna pop this lid back on. I'm gonna turn it to low and we're gonna let it cook for 18 minutes. At the end of 18 minutes, I'm gonna remove it from the heat and let it sit for another 5 minutes. And then we're gonna add so much flavor. I'm gonna chop up a 1/4 cup of fresh dill. And I have to be honest, we love fresh dill, so I'm probably gonna add more than a 1/4 cup. More, in my opinion, is better. More is more. Then I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of fresh parsley. When you get fresh parsley from the grocery store, here's a great tip. I just haven't done it yet. Chop the stems off and then pop it in like a mason jar or something of water. Pop it in the fridge. It will last your whole life. I am not kidding you. I just happen to have some chives that I needed for another recipe, so I am just gonna add a couple chives to add another layer of flavor. That part is totally not necessary, but we're gonna get these all chopped up. All right, there's all of our herbs. Now I'm going to take this beautiful lemon and I'm gonna zest it on top of this pile because we want the zest of 1 whole lemon. This is called a microplane, a zester, or a rasp. And if you don't have one of these in your kitchen, I highly, highly recommend. I'll link the one that I recommend down in the description box for you. We're also gonna need the juice of this lemon. Anytime you need the zest and the juice, you definitely want to zest it first. All right, our rice is cooked. It has rested with the lid on for 5 minutes. Oh, that looks, it's hot. That looks absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna fluff it up. We're gonna start with a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I've got a couple seeds in there, so I'm gonna pour it through my hand just to catch, oh, I've got a lot of seeds in there, just to catch the seeds. Then we have all of these herbs and the lemon zest that we chopped up earlier. That's all gonna go in. And I have to tell you, I was reviewing my recipe and I realized that I forgot to add the salt earlier. When you add the garlic, you're supposed to add 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. So I'm gonna add that here. I'm gonna add about half and give it a taste then. Make sure that lemon zest gets mixed, that it doesn't all clump together, that it gets mixed throughout the whole pot of rice. Oh my gosh, those warm herbs and the lemon are so fragrant. They smell so good. Now you could obviously make this rice a vegetarian or vegan option if you wanted to use a veggie broth instead of chicken stock. You could also use water to cook the rice. All right, this is smoking hot, but I'm gonna give it a taste here really quick. And just to review, I'm serving this with barbecue chicken skewers, corn on the cob, a little fresh summer watermelon, and this lemon and herb rice pilaf. Absolutely delicious. There's always one summer dinner that captures my heart, and I think this is gonna be it. That lemon smacks you right in the face. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. The other thing about this, I'm using this fork because this is for my family, so don't be telling me about it. The other thing about this rice, it can be served hot, room temperature, or cold. So you can make this ahead, pop it in the fridge, and bring it to a barbecue cold, or serve it at dinner time cold. You can obviously add in some other herbs. If you want to make it more like Greek inspired, you could stir in a little bit of mint, maybe some Kalamata olives, top with a little feta cheese would be delicious. You could add in some chopped basil, a little extra chives, just customize it. But really the lemon, the dill, and the parsley together are just fantastic. So I really hope that you make this lemon and dill rice pilaf in your kitchen and it helps you feel like a success at dinner time. Comment in the comment section below and let me know if you make it. I love connecting with you in the comments. So until next time, have a wonderful week ahead. See ya.